Morning everybody, it is Wednesday and we are heading to GYG this weekend for the third round of the Kart Championship. So things are getting in order. Engines are with Danny at Orem. I think we're having a rebuild on the wet engine as he found some problems with it, and the other engine's fine. So it'll just be a dyno check against that to see how it is. So yeah, so we're all good. Little update on myself before we go into the karting. Last week wasn't very good. Mentally, yeah, I didn't have a very good week at all. Very down, didn't really want to speak, didn't want to do anything really, to be fine. But this week we're feeling a lot better. The pain's gone from my hips and my back for some reason. Don't know what's going on there, but that's disappeared. We're just waiting for now the surgery date. We've had the pre-op, had my bloods done. I'm waiting for that. I've now been added to the screening program for bowel cancer, so we're waiting for a couple of weeks for that kit to come through before we send it away. So I'd also like to say thank you to everybody that's come up to me in the paddock in regards to obviously my last video, but also to say that it's kind of pushed them on to go and get a test done. So that's really good. That's positive that people are doing that. Really good. And yeah, so Wednesday I'll check in again on Friday when we're heading there. Lucas has been doing his exams this week, so we won't be testing on the Friday. I'm picking him up from school after his test on Friday, after his exam on Friday, sorry, not test, to head up to GYG so we can go and get tyres fitted and all that. I was going to blog the Super 1, but I'm going to be truthful with you, I couldn't be arsed. I wasn't in a good place. I was physically really hurting, so I just couldn't be arsed. So at this point on Wednesday, I can't be bothered to do this weekend. Whether that materialises into Saturday and Sunday, I don't know. We'll wait and see, but we'll put something together in relation to give you guys a little vlog. So this will be vlog 1 of Karting with Cancer. Lucas does the karting, I've got the cancer, we come together. So yeah, I've got some big news that I'm working on. Well, I'm working on it, it's not news at the minute, and I'm hopeful that it's going to come through, because if it does, this will be massive for Lucas. It really will, massive for him, but can't say anything yet as we're still working on it. But yeah, see you in the next one. Bye bye. That's better video in this time, just taking a portrait of myself. Anyway, GYG Kart Championships round 3, missed yesterday due to exams, been out for the first session, good first run on the new engine, qualifying next. I'd just like to thank my son really, and this is the last time I'm going to talk about it on this video. Without me knowing about it, Lucas went and got some stickers for the car saying Prostate UK, which really says so much about him going through his exams and all that at this point. Yeah, so I'd just like to say a big thank you to him. And yeah, we've got him on the car, so which is good to support it. So yeah, so qualifying coming up next. May do some video in then, depends whether I can be asked or not. We'll see. Okay, bye. So we're all on the grid ready for qualifying, and yeah, so it'll be 7 minutes, all on new tyre. It is random grids, which is we're P17 right at the back, so that's going to be interesting. We'll see how he does. Hopefully we'll get a good run, using the knowledge from last time with Super 1, but yeah, we'll see how we go. Okay, bye bye. So here we are after qualifying, P1 in qualifying by 3/10, so that was quite decent. And what I'd do is I thought I'd give you a brief introduction into the engine. So Senior Max engine is a 125 water-cooled engine, and the difference between them all is obviously some have got It's the same engine basically all the way through the Rotax range, with slight differences. So from moving up from junior to senior, the only difference is this really here, which is the power valve, which opens up to give the engine a little bit more bottom end to help it. In essence, it's the same engine. Also, we have the new head on there, which will be regulation, I think, next year for junior. You can obviously use the older head this year. We then obviously have the carburation, same carburetor all the way through. The smaller classes are obviously restricted apart from junior. There's the radiator with the flap, obviously to aid cooling. The inside of here, there is a slider which is attached to a throttle cable that goes round, that obviously goes to the accelerator, that lifts the flap up to allow air into the carburetor. Underneath there, you've got what's called the float bowl, and in there you can change the jetting to whatever you feel on the occasion. I think it ranges from about 125 to about 127, something like that for senior. Obviously, you've got your air screw here, and that's really about it regarding the engine. Nothing complicated about it. Obviously, we have the exhaust that's coming round here. Obviously, the battery box with a battery inside it. I've got one of these trickle chargers that are linked in onto the loom. And then what we have here also is obviously dash. Now on this dash, it's connected to the throttle cable and the temp sensor, which is on there. So on there, we'll give him his lap times, his temperature of the engine, all that sort of stuff. And what Lucas does is, when they get to a certain range, you have to modulate the temperature of the engine, which is caused by obviously lifting the flap up. The colder it is, obviously the more heat you want to get in. So when it's cold, we sometimes obviously put tape along the bottom there. Obviously when it's wet, and when it's hot like it is today, we'll probably find that the flap is just constantly open. And really that's about it, nothing more to it. So yeah, so that's a little insight into the Rotax Senior engine. Cheers then. Bye. Well, good evening everyone. It seems to be me that's just talking on this vlog because Lucas doesn't want to, he's shy. Anyway, end of Saturday, we're at the hotel, the Waterloo Inn Hotel. Lovely, just up the road from GYG. So a good day. We qualified on pole by 3/10, which was excellent. Considering most people were here from yesterday. So yeah, so that was good. Won the first heat and we won the second heat. So Lucas is driving really well. In fact, he's driving very well, very composed, very relaxed, which always helps. Engine's getting better because that was a fresh rebuild this morning from Danny at Orem. So that's getting better now, and I expect that just to get better. Very slippy, the track, to be truthful with you. A lot of tyre down, so as obviously the sun came out, got a lot warmer, it did get a little bit slippy, so we'll change a few things for tomorrow. I don't think we'll need to do it in the morning because it will be cooler, but I definitely think come the afternoon we're going to have to do something with the rear. So we'll see what that is. Curtis will make that decision in the morning at KidX UK. Yeah, so really good positive day. I think that extends our championship because unfortunately the guy that was in second got a DQ through being underweight, which was really unfortunate. I did feel for him, to be truthful with you, because they took obviously seat stays off, but didn't add more fuel. So they were a kilo underweight, which basically is about what the seat stays are on an OTK. So yeah, felt really sorry for him, as that kind of extends our championship lead by 9 points from that. I say our, Lucas's. And hopefully we can do the same tomorrow. So 2 super heats tomorrow, and a final. So hopefully we can preserve the tyre. We kind of did the same as what we did in the Super 1. Once we get to about 2 seconds, we start easing off a little bit. and saving the tyre, but generally we find when we save the tyre we go just as quick, because there's obviously a very distinct way of doing that, and Lucas seems to be very good at it. Curtis has taught him very well. So yeah, an enjoyable day again in the sun. We've had dinner, and I am in a considerable amount of pain, if I'm going to be truthful. My hips are absolutely killing me, my back's killing me. It's, you know, I said I wasn't going to go on about this, but you know, this is what the blog is. It's Karting and Cancer, and this is so physically demanding on me. It's really tough, and I'm not going to lie. Lifting a cart with 20 odd kilo of lead on it just is mind blowing. Being on my feet all day. I've just had a shower there, and I'm just about to take some painkillers, and I can tell you now I'm just heading to my bed. I'm drained. It's very tough, but what do you do? You know what I mean? We can't afford a mechanic, so we just have to keep going and doing what we do, and hopefully, you know, I get my surgery through soon. But yeah, I'm in a lot of pain. So that's the end of Saturday. Hopefully I can be bothered to do something tomorrow, because I don't know, you may enjoy him, you may not, seeing my ugly mush and my dulcet tones. Hopefully we can get Lucas on here doing a little bit, to be truthful with you, because it is about him. I've said plenty about myself, so we'll see. So yeah, have a good evening, and I don't know why I'm saying that, because you're not here, so catch you tomorrow. Bye. Good evening everyone. We are on the way home. Well, we're nearly home, to be truthful with you. Didn't do any vlogging today, just to be perfectly blunt. I couldn't be bothered. Just getting through the day was hard enough today, had a bit of pain. Nothing that a couple of economical couldn't sort out every 4 hours. But yeah, today was a difficult day for me. Not so difficult for Lucas. Moving on from yesterday, pace remains really well, really good. Won both superheats. Had to do a bit of overtaking, as Paul really isn't very good and generous to you at GYG, but that's just the way that it is there. But yeah, so we had to work hard for it the first couple of laps to get into the lead, but once he was in the lead, he just got his head down and consistently put in same lap times every lap, which seems to be something that's working really well for him at the minute. The consistency is just on another level, to be truthful when you're with him. So yeah, 2 super wins and then a win in the final. So that moves us forward in the championship now. It moves, I think it's going to be around about 25 points now. We have to our advantage. I keep saying we. Lucas has to his advantage in the championship. The team did a fantastic job setting the car up. Data analysis with Lucas. Can't thank them enough. And also Orin Race Engines gave us another fantastic engine. And a really good package. You know, they've been working really hard in the background on their senior engines, and you know, it is working, because the stuff that they're putting out is absolutely brilliant. You know, for everybody, I think, and for us as well. So you know, we thank them for that. And you know, well done to Lukey, well done to everybody else. Got a bit of a break now, and then we move to the next round of Super 1, which is at Clay Pigeon. It's probably going to be a difficult one for us, but I'm fairly sure that it won't take Lucas to get, it won't take him long to be on pace. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And yeah, so you know, obviously this one's probably been a little bit boring. Hope there's a little bit of informativeness in regards to the engine. Probably, I don't know what to talk about next time. Maybe talk about the chassis, or maybe even get Lucas to talk. That may be something, because he's the main man. So yeah, so thank you for watching. And remember guys, if you're over 45, go and get your PSA check please, with a little blood check, okay? I'll put a link down in the bio of where I get mine from, and hopefully next time we're vlogging I can inform you of a surgery date. So, but yeah, Lucas is flat out with exams this week, so yeah, enjoy, and I'll catch you all later. Bye bye.